wanted to say something.
So my client said, when you return in town, please call me. He gave his name, his number. She follows him on Instagram. Please call me. Let's sit down so that I can compensate you for your pet. I only took him to get cremated because she said that I could. She told me to let her know when I was there. I did that. I called her as soon as I left. I paid for the cremation. She did not pay me the full balance when she dropped him off, which I have all owners do. She dropped him off at the meet and greet and didn't bring him back the next day. Everything was on Ms. Hall's time. I tried to be very accommodating, as well as my client did for the situation.
Let's make it clear that at the end of the day, we stopped talking because she said that I was like accusing her of doing something. When I text the owner of the other dog about if she actually shared pictures with him, proving that it was his dog. So he never responded back. But then, of course, the next morning when I'm asking for information in regards to the address, she responds back and saying that I'm going to have to stop all forms of communication. And you all actually have those text messages.
Do you have doubts about the story that you've heard about his death?
Yes, I do.
Tell me what your concerns are.
I think my concern is this. When I went to visit her and drop King off, she owned herself a pit bull. And she had multiple pit bulls because, of course, she actually breeded pit bulls. So from the pictures and the videos of her sending me with her son, I think that her pit bull got, jealous of my dog being with her son, because even to the fact that King never slept in his cage because she allowed my dog to sleep in a bed with her son. And probably your son was at home watching, and of course, who could actually pull away a pit bull from a pit bull can't be pulled from any, Yeah. So I think that that's why she was so quick in getting him cremated. And in regards to actually saying that the fees, she said that this is my way, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna cover the fees. That was exact her words that she said.
Was your pit bull living with you, like in your room?
My pit bull is downstairs. Her pet and my pet never came into contact. And she called my client, and he called me, and he said, she is accusing your dog of doing this. I FaceTimed my client so that he could see his pet. He knows that it was his pet.
Judge Corriero.
Ms. Carter, the evening that you claim you were planning to walk King and the other dog, they were in crates on the second floor of your home?
Yes, sir.
And you went up to that room, and apparently in that room, you ordinarily kept leashes.
Outside the door, yes, sir.
And when you went up there, you didn't see the leashes. And then you went downstairs to find your son, who you imagine might have taken the leashes to walk other dogs.
Yes, sir.
Why didn't you leave the dogs in the crate when you went downstairs?
They did so well together. It was a routine that I did, just letting them out the crate to run around and stretch before I go on a walk. So I did this every day while they were there.
Where was your pit bull?
Downstairs. I had a pit bull there. Another client of mine had a pit bull. I had a husky.
Anyone else have any?
I just want to verify the cost you're seeking to recoup is, in addition to the pet sitting fees, is the cost for King.
Right.
And you provided us with the receipt establishing that you paid over $3,500 for him.
Really, it was $42, but if you paid with cash with this particular breeder, they took a percentage off.
Okay, I have no further.
All right, thank you very much. We are going to deliberate on the case. You're both excused.
This courtroom is now in recess. Go ahead and exit. Use the doors behind you.
All right, so we have reached a unanimous verdict. I was telling my colleagues here that I hate cases like this because I'm a dog mom. And whenever we have cases that involve animals, I can't help but to think about my own dog, Miles. We love our pets. They're like family, but we can't always be with them. That's the hardest part about parting ways with our dogs and having to trust someone else to ensure their safety and their health. And you did that in Miss Carter. And Miss Carter, unfortunately, we could take all the precautions we can, but bad things sometimes happen. Things like dogs getting into altercations with other dogs and then being injured. With that being said, Ms. Carter, you did receive compensation for service. Ms. Hall gave you King to care for, and you had a duty of care. And so leaving two dogs outside of their crates for even just a minute resulted in King's death. And for that reason, we find in favor of the plaintiff, Ms. Hall, for $3,777. You paid $3,577 for King, and you also paid a pet sitting fee of $200, and that's where that amount comes from. So again, the ruling for today is in favor of the plaintiff, Ms. Hall, for $3,777.